Welcome to the Daily Decant, your 5-minute briefing on the world of wine. Each episode delivers practical insights to help you choose, order, and talk about wine with more confidence in everyday social settings. Let's get into today's decant. It's Friday, we're almost done with German Wine Week, and today we're talking beyond Riesling. I want to start with a fact that surprises most people when they hear it. Germany is the third largest producer of Pinot Noir in the world, after France and the United States. The German name for Pinot Noir is Spätburgunder. And while Germany's red wine production has been overshadowed historically by its white wine production, the quality of the finest German Pinot Noir, particularly from the Baden and regions, is genuinely extraordinary. Light, silky, mineral, with a distinctive earthy elegance, it's immediately recognizable as something neither French nor American, but purely German. Spätburgunder from Baden, the southernmost of Germany's major wine regions, benefits from the warmest climate in the German wine world and produces the fullest, most structured expression of German Pinot Noir. The Kaiserstuhl, a volcanic outcrop in the southern Baden region surrounded by the Rhine Plain, has earned particular recognition for Spätburgunder of genuine complexity. Producers to know include Bernhard Huber, often credited as the pioneer of modern German Pinot Noir, who demonstrated in the 1990s that Baden Spätburgunder could compete with the fine Burgundy in blind tastings. The estate continues under his son Julian. In the Rheinhessen, the same generation of young winemakers driving the Riesling Renaissance is producing excellent Spätburgunder with a cooler, more mineral character. If you see a GG designated Spätburgunder from a VDP member site, it's worth serious attention. Next, Silvaner. This is the great underrated white grape of Germany, and in its best expressions from the region of Franken in northern Bavaria, it produces wines of impressive weight, earthy complexity, and dry mineral character that are almost nothing like Riesling, but equally compelling in their own register. Franken wine comes in a distinctive flask-shaped bottle called a Boxbeutel, which makes it immediately recognizable on any wine shop shelf. The wines are typically dry, full-bodied for German white wine, with notes of fresh herbs, earth, and stone fruit. They pair extraordinarily well with food, particularly pork, roasted vegetables, and the hearty cuisine of the Bavarian region where they're produced. At $15 to $25, a quality Franken Silvaner is one of the most consistently overlooked and underpriced white wines in Germany. Grauburgunder, the German name for the Pinot Gris, produces wines in Germany that tend towards the drier, more structured style than the lighter Italian Pinot Grigio. German Grauburgunder is typically dry, full-bodied, with good texture and notes of pear, white peach, and a subtle spice. It's excellent with richer food, the kind of wine that works well where heavy white Burgundy might be too expensive and a little Pinot Grigio would be too thin. Weissburgunder, Pinot Blanc, produces similarly food-friendly dry whites, particularly in Baden, with a cleaner, crisper profile than Grauburgunder. Both grapes benefit from the same long growing season and cool nights that makes Riesling so distinctive, and both reward producers who take them seriously with wines of genuine character. A brief word on the grapes that explain Germany's volume. Müller-Thurgau is a crossing of Riesling with another variety, created in the 19th century to produce high yields reliably in Germany's cool climate. It's the grape behind the most generic German white wine in the famous Liebfraumilch, soft, mild, slightly sweet, designed for volume rather than quality. You may encounter it and it won't hurt you. But the wines we've covered this week are in an entirely different conversation. The practical takeaway from today is that Germany's wine identity is not just Riesling, and exploring Spätburgunder from a serious producer or a dry Franken Silvaner will give you a completely different but equally rewarding experience. The country's white wine tradition is deep and broad enough to fill a lifetime of exploration. And there's a pattern worth noting across all the grapes we've covered today. Germany applies the same fundamental winemaking philosophy to its secondary grapes that it applies to Riesling. Long, slow growing season, cool nights preserving natural acidity, minimal intervention in the cellar, and the expression of a specific place rather than a winemaker's stylistic preference. That philosophy produces the same result regardless of the grape. Wine of remarkable precision, transparency, and aging potential that taste genuinely of where they're from. It's the most consistent expression of terroir-focused winemaking available anywhere in the world, and it applies whether the bottle says Riesling or Burgunder or Silvaner on the label. Tomorrow, how to buy German wine without getting overwhelmed. You won't want to miss it. That's today's Daily Decant. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe and share with your friends so you can continue building your wine knowledge in just a few minutes a day. See you tomorrow for the next decant.